fucking mine it. That's easy for us, at least. It's probably not going to be easy. I don't want to say it's going to be easy, but we're developers, we're data dogs, and we got the sauce, bro. We got the sauce, bro. So I don't know. I'm not fully tau pilled yet, so I'm still doing research here, and this is obviously a very competitive thing to mine because if it's free money is very competitive. Let's read the bittensor, a peer-to-peer intelligence market. This is the white paper. Louis says, do it for research. Yes, dude. We're gonna learn something, that's for sure. Maddie says, decentralized minds. Check the documentary for the tau pill. Bittensor documentary. This one right here.
He had a great quote that said, rest at the end, not in the middle. And that's something I always live by. You know, I'm not going to rest. I'm going to keep on pushing now. There are a lot of answers that I don't have, even questions that I don't have. But I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going, and I'll figure these things out as we go, right? And you just continue to build that way. So I try to live by that all the time.
Rest at the end.
Rest at the end.
2.5 months, 1 million, 3.5 years. Netflix, days to a million. Instagram, days to a million. ChatGPT, okay, tease me more, come on. Days to 1 million. OpenAI, Microsoft, Google, and AWS dominate 84% of the generative AI market. 90% of global media is owned by 6 companies. 90% of US telecom is owned by 3 companies. 90% of global credit card transactions are handled by Visa and MasterCard outside China. Centralization by big tech invades privacy, amplifies biases, and concentrates power. Super nerdy so far.
That humanity believes is our pinnacle element.
I'm not about to watch that right now. I'm about to read this. As with other commodities, markets could help us efficiently produce machine intelligence. We propose a market where intelligence is priced by other intelligence systems peer-to-peer across the network. Peers rank each other by training neural networks which learn the value of their neighbors. Scores accumulate on a digital ledger where high-ranking peers are monetarily rewarded with additional weight in the network. However, this form of peer ranking is not resistant to collusion, which could disrupt the accuracy of the mechanism. The solution is an incentive mechanism that maximally rewards honestly selected weights, making the system resistant to collusion of up to 50% of the network weight. The result is collectively run intelligence market that continually produces newly trained models and pays contributors who could create the information theoretic value. Okay, okay. Introduction. The production of machine intelligence has come to rely mostly entirely on a system of benchmarking where machine learning models are trained to perform well on narrowly defined supervised problems. While this system works well for pushing the performance on these specific problems, the mechanism is weak in situations where the introduction of markets would enable it to excel. For example, intelligence is increasingly becoming untethered from specific objectives and becoming a commodity that, one, expensively mined from data, two, monetarily valuable, three, transferable, and four, generally useful. Measuring its production with supervised objectives does not directly reward the commodity itself and causes the field to converge towards narrow specialists. Moreover, these objectives do not have the resolution to reward niche or legacy systems. Thus, what is not currently state of the art is lost. Ultimately, the proliferation of diverse intelligence systems is limited by the need to train large monolithic models to succeed in a winner take all competition. Standalone engineers cannot directly monetize their work. And what results is centralization, where a small set of large corporations control access to the best artificial intelligence, like OpenAI. A new commodity needs a new type of market. This paper suggests a framework in which machine intelligence is measured by other intelligence systems. Models are ranked for informational production regardless of the subjective task or data set used to train them. By changing the basis against which machine intelligence is measured, the market can reward intelligence that is applicable to a much larger set of objectives. Legacy systems can be monetized for their unique value, and three, smaller diverse systems can find niches within a much higher resolution reward landscape. The solution is a network of computers that share representations continuously and asynchronously peer-to-peer across the internet. The constructed market uses a digital ledger to record ranks and to provide incentives to peers in a decentralized manner. The chain measures trust, making it difficult for peers to attain rewards without providing value to the majority. Researchers can directly monetize machine intelligence work, and consumers can directly purchase it. Interesting, dude. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, here's the tough part, bro. We begin with an abstract definition of intelligence, Hinton et al. In the form of parameterized function trained over a dataset d equals xy to minimize the loss. Our network is composed of n functions, peers, where each is holding 0 or more network weights s stake represent on a digital ledger. These functions, together with losses in their proper proportion of stake, represent a stake weighted machine learning objective. Our goal is the distribution of stake I as an incentive to peers who have helped minimize the loss objective, and importantly, in such a way that it is difficult for a small proportion of stake to collude as means to maximize their distribution in the network without minimizing the loss. In this paper, we suggest this can be achieved through peer ranking, where peers use the outputs as inputs to themselves and learn the weights, where peer I is responsible for setting the ith row through transactions on a digital ledger. Setting weights using an Fisher's information pruning score, LeCun et al. In the ranking calculation achieves an idealized scoring where each peer's incentive is equivalent to its pruning score, the cost in entropy. induced by removing it from the network. However, this approach is not resistant to collusion where peers vote for themselves, notably instead of using and set weights to enhance their own inflation at the expense of the network. This attack is trivial since the digital ledger cannot audit the parameters of each model, only the intermodal weights, W. We extended the naive ranking method to evade collusion with an incentive function, which limits reward to peers that have not reached consensus in the network, assuming no group of peers holds more than the majority of stake in the system. Then peers can only attain inflation by working to attract votes from the majority, a core assumption in many decentralized systems like Bitcoin. Reintroducing our terms, our incentive mechanism requires a stake vector S and a set of weights, W, where rows are inter-peer rankings. We also infer a trust matrix T from the weights, where T equals 1, and only if there is a non-zero edge between peer I and J. We define peers who have reached consensus as those with non-zero edges from more than 50% of the stake in the network. This is simply the normalized values.
Hey, dickhead, get your mind right. Don't preach to me about my perky habit, bitch, this is my life.
To ensure the mechanism is differentiable, we define this computation using the continuous sigmoid function. The sigmoid produces a threshold-like scaling that rewards connected peers and punishes the non-trusted. The steepness and threshold point can be modulated through a temperature Q and shift term X. Consensus function is this with temperature Q equals 10 and X equals 0.5. The activation takes the trust scores and produces an exponential scaling up to our inflection point where a peer is connected to the majority. We use consensus term to scale the original rankings. As peers attain more weight in the network, they increase their inflation exponentially up to 0.5. In section 10, we show how this ensures that the larger of two competing subgraphs comes to own an exponentially larger proportion of the network through inflation. My dog Kyler says, yo, imagine you have a bittensor agent that can just go ahead and understand all this and optimize its performance. I turned that video into a project plan, Flash 2.0. I posted in the members chat. I appreciate you, bro. I'm going to check that out here soon. This consensus described above protects against naive collusion by making it difficult for small groups to achieve inflation. However, it does not provide an incentive for correctly selecting weights. We introduce these incentives by adapting the inflation mechanisms with a speculation-based reward in the form of bonds B. Here, B is the proportion to the bonds owned by a peer. Bonds accumulate at each step, similarly to token inflation, where B equals W. In this way, peers accumulate bonds in the peers they rank us, thus bonding themselves to those that they are connected to. Using the B bond matrix, the chain redistributes the normal incentive scores like market-based speculation on traditional equities. The peers that have accumulated bonds in peers that others will later value attain increased inflation themselves. Thus, it makes sense for peers to accumulate bonds in peers, which it expects to do well, according to other peers with stake in the system, thus speculating on their future value. Finally, we adapt this mechanism slightly to ensure peers attain a fixed proportion of their personal inflation. For instance, 50% becomes the mechanism step update, which determines network incentives across the N peers. The incentive function in section 2 rewards highly trusted peers. However, it may not solve the collusion problem. If the honest nodes do not reach consensus, notably, Loose, unused stake or incorrectly set weights will detract from the inflation proportion of honest peers in comparison to a colluding subnetwork. The honest network, although holding more stake, may not gain enough inflation to overshadow its adversary. The dishonest subgraph need only attain enough inflation to compete with its largest competitor, not to entirely dominate the network. This attack is possible when the majority of token inflation is being distributed towards peers, which are non-majority trusted in the graph. The chain can measure this through the through a loss term. The term is negative if the majority of inflation is being distributed towards peers with more than 0.5 consensus. The chain uses the loss calculation as a peg. By increasing the number of weights the average miner sets across the network, the chain can ensure consensus. The network the left network has low consensus. The system is not resistant to a cabal with less than 50% of the stake. The chain increases the number of edges set by peers. At this point, the majority of inflation flows to peers with majority consensus. The steps to set to run a peer in the network. The peer defines its data set. At each training iteration, the peer conditionally broadcasts batches of examples from D to its peers X equals batch size, sequence length, input. Okay. The responses F equals blah blah blah. Each of the common shapes FIX, batch size, sequence length, output are joined using the gating function and used as input to the local model. Comparison against the target labels produces a loss gradient which backpropagates through FI and out to the network. During 2 and 3, the peers learn the weights of their row by measuring the value of the signals produced by their peers. At distinct time step T, participants submit changes to the weights to update the ranking R, inflation I, consensus terms C, and bond distributions B. The chain measures loss and optionally distributes newly minted stake into this network S. According to the bond ownership tensor standardization, a common encoding of inputs and outputs is required for the various model types and input types to interact. The use of tensor modalities can be used to partition the network into disjoint graphs. At the beginning, the network can be seeded with a single modality, text, then expanded to include image, speech, and tensor. Eventually, combinations of these modalities can be added, for instance, text image, to bridge the network into multimodality landscape. Incentives to connect modalities can be integrated with the same trust scaling suggested in section 2. Eventually, successful models should accept inputs from any modality and process them into a useful representation. For consistency, we can use a standard output shape across the network, batch size, sequence, dim, output, dim, similar to the common tensor shapes produced by language and image models. By working on abstract input classes, we can ensure participants work towards a general multitask understanding. Participants may use completely distinct computing substrates, dataset, LAMPL, blah, 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 models and strategies for maximizing their incentives in the market. It makes sense for peers to work on unsupervised data sets where data is cheap and privacy not required. Conditional computation. As the network grows, outward bandwidth is likely to become a major bottleneck. the need to reduce network transfer and a method of selecting peers is required. Conditional computation can be used where peers learn through gradient descent how to learn and prune neighbors in the network. For example, a key product key layer or a sparsely gated layer. The conditional layer determines a sparse combination of peers to query for each example and multiplicatively rejoins them, cutting outward bandwidth by querying only a subset of peers for each example. The method can be drastically increase output bandwidth, allowing peers to communicate with many more neighbors in the graph. In essence, the layer acts as a trainable DNS lookup for peers based on inputs. Furthermore, being trainable with respect to the loss, it provides a useful proxy for the weights. Dependence between functions ensures that models must stay online and cannot be run in production. Breaking this dependence can be achieved using distillation, Hinton et al., a compression and knowledge extraction technique in which a smaller model, the student, mimics the behavior of the remaining network. The distillation layer is employed in conjunction with a conditional computation layer where the student model learns to mimic the network using the cross entropy between the logits produced by the gating network and the student's prediction distribution.
Hey, dickhead, get your mind right. Don't preach to me about my perky habit, bitch, this is my life.
Because the distilled model acts as a proxy for the network, models can be fully taken offline and evaluated. Recursion through the network is also cut between components, allowing for arbitrary network graphs. If models go offline, their peers could use the distilled versions in place. Private data 6 can be validated over the distilled models instead of querying the network. Eventually, components can fully disconnect from the network using the distilled models to do validation. Yep, this sounds like the DeepSeek story, he says. Our goal in this work is the production of ranking R equals Ri over peers, where the score R represents a participant's information theoretic significance to the benchmark. Following Lacoon and Lacoon et al., Ute et al., it is reasonable to define this significance by equating it with the cost of removing each peer from the network. We can derive this score analytically. Fxi is a perturbation of the jth peers input with the ith peers is removed from the network. Yo, Creative, what's up, dude? 777. You must expect great things of yourself before you can do them. MJ, the GOAT, bro. Note, when the error function QJ is the twice differentiable cross entropy, the HQJ is its Fisher information matrix. And Ri is suitably measured as each peer's information significance to the network as a whole. However, information theoretic weights require the full Heisen of the error. In practice, it is more reasonable to use heuristic to propagate a contribution score from the error function through to the inputs U et al. For instance, weights from the gating layer section 6 provide a useful differential proxy collusion. We consider the scenario where a subnet of peers in the network have formed a cabal, a set of colluding peers attempting to maximize their inflation without accurately scoring their neighbors. The fight between the honest graph A and the stake SA and the disjoint cabal with stake B can be determined by the proportion of network stake held by each. The honest graph must attain more information to maintain its dominance, protect the network. We assume that the proportion of stake in the honest graph is more than that found in the dishonest graph, and that the chain has reached consensus. Since all peers in B are disjoint from A, our loss term is positive because L is under O. It must be the case that RA is under O. 0 is negative, and there are peers in the honest subgraph who are connected to the majority. As the chain progresses, newly minted stake is being emitted to our inflation rate T or R in proportion to I equals R times T. Importantly, the gradient of the incentive function with respect to the stake is positive and superlinear at our inflection point between the honest and dishonest graph. Notably, this ensures that the amount of stake held by each subgraph reflects on a non-linear change in their inflation at the next iteration. Initially, since SA is over 0.5 and SB is under 0.5, the proportion of stake emitted in subgraph A exceeds that in subgraph B, and subgraph A's incentive grows superlinearly compared to B. The result is that the ratio stake SB over SA and B decreases. The cabal must continually add stake to its subgraph to maintain over time. We consider this proportion between the competing graphs under continuous inflation, converting to Python code. Conclusion: we have proposed an intelligence market that runs on a P2P network outside of a trusted environment. Crucially, the benchmark measures performance as representational knowledge production using other intelligence systems to determine its value. The fact that this can be done in a collaborative and high-resolution manner suggests that the benchmark could provide a better reward mechanism for the field in general. To achieve this aim, the paper began with the definition of a P2P network composed of abstractly defined intelligence models. We showed how this framework allowed us to produce a ranking for each peer based on the cost to prune it from the network. Peers negotiated this score using a set of weights on a digital ledger. However, the system was incomplete without mechanisms that prevent participants from forming dishonest graphs. To resolve this, we propose an incentive scheme based on peer connectivity, which exponentially rewarded peers for being trusted by a large portion of the network. This ensured that over time, dishonest subgraphs decay to irrelevance. Following this, we showed 1. How peers reduce the network bandwidth by learning connectivity using a differential layer, and 2. They could extract fully network disconnected machine learning models to run in production. The result is an intelligence market that rewards participants for producing knowledge and making it available to new learners in the system. Fire, bro. Yo, why is everything called at all? I don't know. Super PvP, damn. Why is everything called at all? I don't know. I think that's like saying something to bittensor mining plan here. Let's go ahead and check this out, dude. Thank you, Kyler, for spinning this up. Don't hack me, bro. I'm over here downloading stuff off the internet. Kyler's my boy, though. Bittensor mining plan, a comprehensive plan. Thank you, Kyler. Here's a detailed plan for exploring bittensor mining, including a profitability analysis and a step-by-step project plan. Understanding bittensor mining from the video and research core concept. Bittensor is a decentralized network that incentivizes machine learning and other specialized tasks through a cryptocurrency called Tau. Unlike Bitcoin mining, pure computational brute force, bittensor mining is useful work contributing to various subnets. Key players, miners, perform the specialized work required by a specific subnet, running AI models, storing data, making predictions. They compete for rewards. Validators check the work of miners, ensuring accuracy and value. They also earn rewards. Subnets, independent networks with bittensor, each focused on a particular task, e.g., storage, price prediction, advertising, AI. Each has its own rules, requirements, and reward structure. Competition. Mining is highly competitive. Miners constantly strive to improve performance, code optimization, better hardware, unique data to earn more rewards. Tau token, the native currency on the bittensor network. Deductive reasoning and profitability. This section assesses the viability of bittensor mining as a business opportunity. Using deductive reasoning and considering real-world cases. Premise 1. Demand for decentralized services. There's a growing demand for decentralized alternatives to centralized services, cloud computing, AI, data storage, due to concerns of censorship and data privacy. Premise 2. Bittensor provides a framework for decentralized services. Bittensor's subnet structure allows for specialized decentralized networks offering these services. Incentivization drives participation. The Tau token financially incentivizes miners and validators, ensuring the network operation and growth. Premise 4. Competition drives innovation and efficiency. Absolutely. Conclusion. If the demand for decentralized services continues to grow and bittensor attracts and retains skilled developers and miners, then there's a strong potential for profitable mining. Real world use cases, AI subnets.
Choice, right? You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way. It's like it's water. It wants to move and go around stuff, you know.
Yo, this is a good plan, dude. And the costs are not high. 10 Tau, what's Tau? $300. So, from $30 to $3,000, not crazy. Ongoing costs with the cloud computing. I have no idea how much cloud computing you need. Team, if applicable, we got a squad, bro. We got the odd squad right here. We from island to island, dude. We island to island, bro. We from Hawaii to PR, everywhere in between, and you could go either way, dude. You could go left or right. You want to fly from Hawaii to PR, you can go right. Or you want to go left. Everybody in between, code is the great equalizer. I don't care where you live, dude. I don't care if you're in sub-Saharan Africa in the caves. We got motherfuckers in the caves coding, dude. We got caves in Africa. I didn't say that. They said that. They said, dog, Mudef, I'm in a cave right now coding. I'm stepping on the gas. What you doing in your air conditioning little condo, dude? Come on, dude. I'm in Africa right now. That's because code is a great equalizer. That's the key, dude. You got to know how to code in order to get anywhere in life nowadays. Come on. All these jobs are getting cooked, bro. We're the only ones benefiting from this AI right now. This is a great little plan here. I'm going to keep that for sure. Exactly, Creative said. He said, no hidden malicious scripts, bro. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Hi, can be used Moondev onboarding AI to assign a master cloud? That will actually have to be done through email. Sorry about that. The onboarding was just a quick and dirty way to get people access ASAP. The other stuff will need to be done manually. So just shoot your Discord username over to our email. moon@algotradecamp.com. Okay. Let's see here, dude. I want to jump into their Discord because CoinGecko. Because that seems like where the next step is. Tau, bittensor. I just feel like I need to understand what these subnets are. So 366, so 10 of those would be 3,000. Website, docs, web paper, sub wallet, Discord. accept. I'm in there. Like swimwear. Okay. Let's see the code of conduct. Complete. I read it, dude. I swear. I swear I read it, dude. I swear I read it. Rules. Verify. Start verification. Verify, please select the correct option. How do I do that? Option 1. Verify yourself to gain access. Please select the full moon on the menu below. Okay, I'm in there. Yo, what's up, fam? How are you guys? I'm just exploring bittensor here. I know I'm super late, but I'm doing it live on stream. And my question to you, the community, I understand this is very PvP, and so far I've read the white paper, understand that nobody's really going to help anybody in this community. That's correct, right? Because nobody wants to leak their edge, right? Now, I've been showing how to automate trading for the last 4 years, and so it's a similar industry. Nobody wants to leak their edge in algo trading either. Now, I don't ever tell anybody to run this bot or run that bot, but my question to you, fam, is this. If I start showing everybody how to set up their own bittensors and work on subnets, I will inherently leak my edge, and I might leak others' edge. I want your honest opinion on this, dude. Do you think it will be beneficial to the bittensor vision and community if I build for a specific subnet or multiple? I'm not educated enough yet to pick one, but would it be beneficial to the bittensor community as a whole if I do this all live on YouTube and show every single step of the way? Question mark. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I understand it's PvP, but the amount I have helped move the algorithmic trading industry forward and debunk how hard it is to be an automated trader has been significant, and I've changed people's lives. So please, give me your honest opinion. Is it worth the time and the potential leak of edge to show everybody on YouTube how to do this? Or will I just be hated by this whole community? Thank you for your honest input. I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello. Okay, yo, what's up, fam? How are you guys? I'm just exploring bittensor here. I know I'm super late, but I'm doing on my live stream. My question to the community. I understand this is very PvP, and so far I've read the white paper. Understand that nobody's really going to help anybody in this community. That's correct, right? Because nobody wants to leak their edge right now. I've been showing how to automate your trading for 4 years, and it's a similar industry. Nobody wants to leak their edge in algo trading either. I don't ever tell anybody to run this bot or run that bot. My question to you, fam, is this. If I start showing everybody how to set up their own bittensor and work on subnets, I will inherently leak my edge, and I might leak others' edge. I want your honest opinion on this. Do you think it will be beneficial to the bittensor vision and community if I build for a specific subnet or multiple? I'm not educated enough to pick one. Enough yet to pick one. Would it be beneficial to the bittensor community as a whole if I do this live on YouTube and show every single step of the way? I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I understand it's PvP. But the amount I have helped move the algorithmic trading industry forward and debunk how hard it is to be an automated trader has been significant, and I've changed people's lives. Please give me your honest opinion. Is it worth the time and the potential to leak edge to show everybody on YouTube how to do this, or will I just be hated by this whole community? Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I don't want to like just get dragged for the next year because like I'm blowing something up or leaking people's ads. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to know what they think because they're in it, you know? I'm in it now too. Kyler says I'd be motivated, super motivated to get down on some bittensor mining. It sounds pretty fun. Like what the cool thing about development, dude, is you can't do anything wrong because every new thing you do, you learn. And this is a low barrier to entry, zero point 0.3 bittensor. That's nothing. It's $30. And then you get paid for your actual development. Yo, what up, Alec? How are you, dude? Good to see you, bro. Maddie says it's gonna make the systems better. With what you did with algo trading, and bittensor thrives in competition. 777, dude. The mouse and the weasel. Greed leads to trouble. You are a hero teaching us. Thank you, Maury. Appreciate you, dude. Flip a coin. Let the universe decide. It's for our community. Do it. It sounds fun, fam. It sounds fun. I want to look through some of these subnets here to understand them. Okay, remember it says root here. Okay, they said something about looking at the pinned post, dude. No pin. Okay, let's go to the next one. Apex. Let's go pinned post. Okay, release announcement version 2.14, new tasks, multi-step reasoning, introduces reasoning tokens on validator side to encourage miners to produce higher quality outputs. We are introducing a new version of the web retrieval task. Holy fuck, I got a lot of reading to do, dude. So, I don't know what that one does. He said do it.
Still to be happy about.
You're up too old.
Job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
Securely, expeditedly accept queries, the RPC API endpoint, on-chain SSL. I wish there was like a pinned post here of exactly what each one of them does. Incentivize internet-wide training. Let's see if I can figure out what any of these do. Model rotation. New update. This is super duper nerdy, dude. This is super nerd. This is super nerd stuff, dude. But shit, that's where the edge is. The nerds always know. This is the nerdiest shit I've ever seen, and that's why I like it. We're excited to announce the release of Open Kaito, which introduces enhancements aimed at diversity in the text embedding task and improving the quality robustness. We released a new version of the baseline miner that allows customizable LLM prediction calculation logic. LLMs have recently shown to be able to make predictions that are on average dear. Maybe there's a better place to do this. Bittensor subnets. Like, can I get a short explanation of what each one of these subnets does? That's what I want, dude. That's what I want right now. That's what I want right now, dude. I need a short explanation. But hey, if it's hard, dude, if it's hard, you know, there's fire and hardness, dude. If it's hard for me, it's gonna be hard for everybody else. Understanding subnets. Oh my god, there's documentation, bro. Of course there's documentation, dude. Let's go to the docs. I got the docs on my data doc. So here's the docs here. Um, explanation of all bittensor subnets. This is a Hail Mary here. It's a motherfucking Hail Mary right here. Introduction. Explore bittensor subnets. Current subnets. Okay, here we go. Links in the descriptions. Do you think ChatGPT has it? I'll try. Can you look up all of these subnets that are currently on bittensor and give me a 2-sentence overview of each of these subnets so I can fully understand them? Okay, so here we go. Subnet 1, text prompting macrocosmos. Macrocosmos, incentive mechanism for internet scale conversational intelligence. Okay. Omron interface powered by Omron will dominate future internet traffic just like HTTPS or TLS secures websites. Big ideas, bro. MyShell text-to-speech model serves as a backbone for a wide range of applications from virtual assistants to audiobooks. Multi-modularity Targon is a redundant deterministic verification mechanism that can be used to interpret and analyze ground truth sources in a query. OpenKaido a decentralized indexing layer of Web3. Infinite Games IG incentivizes the prediction of future events. They currently restrict the prediction space to binary future events listed on Polymarket. Interesting. That's fun. So this is cool because there's all types. You get to pick whatever idea you want. Predict the future. That could be a fun one. Because that's pretty like Datadog type stuff. Kind of algo trading, prediction markets, same thing, pretty much. Subvortex, just different data, which is awesome. Subvortex aspires to set the standard for subnets, prioritizing accessibility, simplicity, low barrier to entry, continuous enhancement. Prediction Tau Shi is a proprietary trading network. Okay, so there's a proprietary trading network revolutionizing wealth generation. Okay, I could get down with that. Trading, what do they call them? Tensors, networks, subnet. Prediction subnet. Okay, this is great. This is great, dude. This is great. This is exactly what I wanted. So these are my favorite two thus far. Pre-training macrocosmos rewards miners for producing pre-trained foundational models for the Falcon refined data set. Sturdy decentralized allocation protocol for DeFi lending, enabling miner-driven asset distribution. Dippy creating the world's first open source roleplay LLM. Horde supporting bittensors with reference implementations of validator. Dataverse Macrocosmos is a subnet for collecting and storing large amounts of data across a wide range of sources. LLM Defender. The LLM Defender subnet provides large language models developers a way to decentralize the computing required to detect and prevent various attacks against LLM applications. Blockchain Insights, blockchain data subnet operations, repository hosts, Docker configurations, and scripts for running a variety of blockchain nodes, indexers, and subnet miners. BitAds, decentralized marketing on bittensor. I actually like this one as well. I come from the advertising space, but I don't do any advertising here. Ads. I built an advertising company though, back in the day. So that's another one I'm personally interested in. But that's what's cool about this, dude, is you get to pick what you want. Cortex.t, a pioneering platform for AI development and synthetic data generation. This one's 3D assets here. Vision giving access to bittensor with decentralized subnet interface. BitAgent revolutionizes how manage tasks and workflows across platforms, merging the capabilities of large language models with the convenience of your favorite apps such as web browsers. Any to any Omega Labs making the world's first and smartest open source. Any to any AGI. Datura. Smart Scrape, a connecting edge tool hosted on the bittensor network designed for effective and simplified analysis of Twitter data. That could be cool. I just don't have the Twitter data. Decentralized image generation. Omega Labs. Omega aims to create the world's largest decentralized multi-model dataset for excelling artificial general intelligence. Okay. SN25 folding the protein folding subnet is BitTensor's first venture into academic use cases, built and maintained by Macrocosmos AI. While the current subnet landscape consists of mainly AI and web scraping protocols. SN26 Tensor Alchemy. Tensor Alchemy is an image generation system. The platform combines the strengths of our dedicated subnet. Compute serves. SMP Oracle Foundry, launching Foundry SMP Oracle, incentivized miners to make predictions on SMP price. That could be fun. Nice, dude. SN28. Predicting SMP price. So this is actually very smooth because this is very aligned with what I've been researching and doing, dude. So, okay. So S&P 500 cold int mission is to maximize the collective training efforts of the BitTensor community, incentivized by sharing models, knowledge, insight, and code. BitTensor is a sports prediction subnet, so SN20 or 30, sorry. That could be a fun one. A betting one, again, same alley. So this is not a too big of a distraction, which is nice. Chain neural architecture, AI subnet incentivized development of distributed solutions aimed at LLM.
Why they acting like they working? Why they acting like they working? They don't even put the work in.
AIT, okay, HIP, human fine-tuning macrocosms, unknown. Edge maxing, AI companies, believers, so chunking. Okay, RAG, sports sensor, open source. Okay, so another one. So maybe I could contribute to multiple of these like betting and prediction ones because that's the same shit that we've been doing, dude. This is beautiful, actually. Masa is a decentralized AI network where people earn by contributing data. Score predict. Okay, another one, dude. Like, I'm not gonna go here compete on optimization type stuff, but I could do prediction type stuff all day. I love that. And so I've got multiple subnets I can get busy with, dude. This is interesting. This is very cool. Gen 42 leverages the BitTensor network to provide decentralized code generation services. Okay, this is awesome, dude. This is awesome. It's so good to see that it's not going to be a huge distraction because, you know, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different prediction type markets, and that's essentially what trading is when you're using AI to predict the price. I'm not a huge believer in it, but you know, there's edge. There's edge to be had. It's fun learning with you, brother. Glad I stopped by Hive Mind, bro. Absolutely, Maddie. Thank you. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. If you brought it, if you did it, much love to you anyways. I'm glad we're learning together, and I'm gonna get busy in some of these maybe. Let's see what if I got any responses to this. Oh, it got deleted. All right, for sure. Alright, for sure, dude. Fuck y'all. They deleted my post, bro. They deleted my post. Wow. Burn this bitch down. They deleted my post, bro. I was asking sincerely. Oh my god. Damn, now I got beef with bittensor just like that. Just like that, I got beef with bittensor. I just spent the last hour looking into it, hour and 40 minutes, and just like that, dude. Just like that. That's cold. It's a cold world. Alright, fuck you guys. Fuck you guys then. I'm about to burn this shit down. I'm about to burn this shit down. I'm gonna take over all the subnets now. You should not have lighted this fire. You should not lit this fire, dude. You lit a fire. Y'all lit a fire, dude. Y'all lit a fire, dude. Might as well kick me now, bro. You might as well kick me now. You might as well kick me now, dude. Y'all lit a fire. Crazy, 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 crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Did I do something wrong there? Did I say something that hurt their feelings? I could have sworn I was pretty nice about it. I didn't put any links in there. I wasn't promoting anything. Damn, dude. That sucks. That sucks, dude. Hour and 40 minutes. I'm looking into this stuff, getting excited on it. But they just dogged me like that. Dogged me. Welcome. Welcome to crypto. Is bittensor PvP? Yes. Clearly. The mods took me out. They took me out, dude. They cut your boy off so early. I think Reddit just be doing that. Nah, this was Discord, dude. I wrote a whole post asking like for their opinion on like, yo, is this gonna move the bittensor forward or are you PvP, dude? PvP clearly, dude. PvP clearly. These mods are trash. Your mods are trash. Sorry, I'm not gonna start dragging them, but you know how I feel right now. I'm offended. I'm offended to say the least, dude. 777, thank you. Lock me back in, bro. I'm going back to my Discord. Fuck their Discord. Yeah, delete their fucking Discord out of my shit, bro. Delete their Discord. Fuck bittensor. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But this shows how PvP it is. This just shows. It just shows. I'm not gonna crash out over bittensor. I'm gonna go take a break. I'm gonna go do something else. I'm gonna do something else for a little bit. Give me 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm about to put you on a loop because I'm hot right now. I need to go meditate or something. I'm gonna go meditate. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with this trading bot framework, and I'm not only going to let you steal it, I'm going to help you master it in the next 15 days in the Algo Trade Camp. If you are a crypto trader who is ambitious, committed, and persistent, and you're typically good at what you do, but your trading results are just not where you want them to be, well, here's a quick question for you. How Look, dude, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with this exact trading bot framework, and I'm not gonna just tell you about it. I'm gonna let you steal it. I'm gonna help you master it. In this 3-day trade bot challenge, if you're a crypto trader who's ambitious, committed, and persistent, and you typically are good at what you do, but you're just not having the results that you know you deserve in trading, here's a question for you. How would it feel if you could have a trading bot that traded for you for the rest of your life without you having to log onto your computer each day and stare at the screen? You see, I'm just a regular dude just like you, but for the last few years, I've been using trading bots to manage my entire portfolio while others, they struggled at controlling their emotions, staring at the charts all day. When you meet me in this 3-day TradeBot challenge, I'm going to give you my exact framework. We've all seen the endless ads, the cliches, the kids in the rented Lambos telling you how to trade. This is not that, dude. This is a proven trading bot framework backed by real data and thousands of hours of research into automated trading systems. And I put this system to the test with my own money and my own swarm of trading bots and hundreds of others I've transferred this knowledge to. And I want to transfer this knowledge to you now. While I can't give you a plug and play, set it and forget, make $1 million overnight, I actually put my money where my mouth is. And I use this exact framework that I'll be teaching you over the next 3 days. But look, you've seen the trading bots in the market. You've heard of successful algo traders, and you hear of quants that become wildly successful and they make crazy money. So you know it's possible to automate your trading, and you're watching this video right now, so I know you're smart. Because searching for a better, more efficient way to trade, that's just something smart people do. And because you're smart, you also know there's a little something extra. You know there's a little piece of magic mixed into all of this. Now I know what it feels like, not just to not make money trading, but to lose a ungodly amount due to emotions and just our bad human judgment. Everything else in life, I could just work harder at and I could get better results. But for trading, I could never get over the emotions. The times where I'd be up all night, just staring at the chart, just to wake up in the middle of the night, liquidated. When you know you're ambitious, you know you're extremely persistent, but you just can't figure out the game of trading, and to feel like I'll never give up, but I'll keep losing. Look, I get it, dude. It's normal for manual traders to lose. Remember, 95% of traders lose money. I want to take you from that feeling of losing due to emotions to becoming a dominant force in the crypto market. I want to help you automate your trading strategies for the rest of your life. You'll be able to build any trading bot that you could ever imagine. And if you're willing to step up, challenge yourself, and take me up on this 3-day challenge, it's just 3 days, I will help you automate your trading. And we'll do it in just 3 days. So here's the big secret. It only takes 3 things to be incredibly successful as an automated trader from home. You build a list of great trading ideas. You test those ideas to see if they worked in the past. And then if they worked in the past, you run those ideas or strategies with tiny size in trading bots. If you could do all 3 of those things, it's pretty hard not to make money. In fact, I've never seen anyone with great trading ideas who tested them constantly and deployed them with tiny size. I've never seen them not have success with algo trading. I just haven't seen it, dude. And here's another truth for you. One good trading bot can wipe out all bad financial decisions you've made in your entire life. And I know this because it happened to me. When you combine these 3 different elements, success isn't only possible, it's repeatable. This is my RBI framework that I'll be teaching over the next 3 days. It comes down to researching, backtesting, and then implementing into bots. And when you make the right decision and decide to meet me in this 3-day TradeBot challenge, I'll show you exactly how to automate your trading strategy. And if you don't have one, don't worry. I'll show you exactly how to get hundreds of strategies. We have plenty of them written by PhDs and more. And I'll show you how to automate your trading right now. And I'm talking now, not like a year from now, but right now. If you don't know how to code, don't worry. I will show you exactly how to code. I did not know how to code either. Listen, I had one bot do over 200K for me, and I don't have some huge team or big unfair advantage. I'm standing here in a bedroom with a whiteboard behind me. I don't have employees. I don't have investors. I have no long-term obligations. I'm free as a bird. But I also don't have a Lambo or some fancy New York City office or a Miami office. I have a simple life. All I do is I code here live with you and I show you everything I build. Just me, you, and the computer and the whiteboard behind me. So here's a quick story that I don't necessarily love to tell because it's a little embarrassing. But when I first got interested in automating my trading, I knew I had to learn how to code. And I was always super scared of learning how to code because I thought it was just for the brainiacs out there. But I knew in order to automate my trading, I would have to iterate to success. It would just be too expensive to hire a developer to like test, tweak. Anyways, I locked in for like 2 to 4 hours every day until I learned how to code. And I built my first bot. And then I put $10,000 of my hard-earned money into that bot. And I proceeded to lose every single dollar of it over the next 30 days. Yeah, so I lost 10 G's. No wonder I was losing money as a hand trader. I was trading a strategy, a broken strategy, that a bot couldn't even figure out. But that day, I developed my RBI framework, which I'll be showing you in this 3-day challenge, to ensure that I only run profitable trading strategies. My RBI framework is research strategies, then backtest those strategies to see if they worked in the past, and if they work in the past, then implement them with small size into a trading bot. Hey, I'm Moondev, and that day I developed a passion for trading bots and showing the RBI framework that I uncovered. Duh, you have to test your bots to see if they work in the past before you go ahead and throw 10K at them. If you can constantly research new trading ideas, then backtest those ideas to see if they worked in the past, and then take those that worked in the past and implement them into tiny bots. If you do that, you can't help but become a profitable algo trader. I'm just an independent trader from my bedroom who figured out a better approach to the market. And I believe code is a great equalizer. If you know how to code, you can build cash flow for generations, for the rest of your life. So the way I looked at automating my trading was this. I could learn all of this coding stuff. And best case scenario, obviously I'd have a bot that trades for me forever. But worst case scenario, I could just use my new coding knowledge and go get a job for 100K plus. That's a solid risk reward. And I know you're looking at your risk reward because you're a trader. Look, I know there's a lot of scammers out there. I want you to look me up. Google me, look on Trustpilot, type in Moondev, Algo Trade Camp. Look me up. You can see everything I'm saying is true. I have videos of every single piece of code I've ever written, all on YouTube. And that one that made me hundreds of $1,000s, that's on YouTube as well, dude. But just because it worked for me does not mean it's going to automatically just work for you. There's no plug and play. The number one rule of automated trading is never run someone else's bot. You have to understand what that bot does. Just like I got wrecked 10K on my first bot, how would you possibly know what somebody else's bot does? If there's like a plug and play bot out there, just run away. No one will ever give you a profitable trading bot. That's the number one way to spot a scam. If it's a plug and play bot, you know you're about to lose all of your money. You see, I'm not the type of guy that's